Hi there, it's Bibi Cameron, and in the video today I'm going to show you how to make this card and how I apply vellum in a watercolor technique. I have here another cards in which I have applied the same technique. In this one I just apply some stitches there to hold the wings in place, but in this one here I just made something different. This is what I'm going to show you to do today. I have another similar card doing exactly the same technique, which is this one, and this card here is very similar like the first card I showed you, but this one here have 3 layers of vellum, and I didn't apply any stitch on this one. I just paste them together. This is an easy, inexpensive, and very beautiful way to embellish cards. I hope you like it. To make this card, I used the Wonder of Christmas stamp set. It has 7 individual stamps. I use the angel here, but today I'm only going to use the angel and the stars, this stamp here. For the card here, I use also this little sentiment, and I'm looking forward to use all the sentiments in this set. In this video is just one single idea of what you can create. I'm going to start by stamping with white craft ink on vellum the angel, but I don't need to stamp the whole image. I only need to stamp the half uh, on the top, the part there on the image. I don't need to stamp this bit here. So I'm going to apply ink only in that part of the stamp, and I just stamp as stamping normally on paper. This ink is very beautiful and very bright. You get a really sharp image on vellum, as you can see here. So this is fantastic and is a slow drying ink. It can take up to 10 minutes to dry, but you can also use your heat gun to speed the process. I'm going to leave this aside while I make the whole card so it will dry naturally, and I'm going to clean my stamp with a Station cleaner. I like to keep my stamps healthy, and I hope you don't mind that I'm sharing this with you, but some people ask me how to clean the stamps. And if you notice also, you can see that I'm rubbing this stamp hard and it's firmly attached to the block. All you have to do is put the stamp facing down on a table, put the block on top, and make good pressure for at least 5 seconds. You will see the air between the stamp and the clear block coming off, and then your stamp will be ready to go. Once my stamp is clean, I'm going to stamp the image, and today I'm going to use shimmery white cardstock. Something I want to show you today is the difference between whisper white cardstock and shimmery white cardstock. These two are my favorite papers for stamping at the moment. You can notice straight away a difference in color, but Whisper White Cardstock is one of the most beautiful white professional paper for stamping, for embossing or heat embossing. You can see here a sample. This card has been made completely on Whisper White Cardstock. I stamped the flowers on Whisper White Cardstock and this banner as well. The background of this card is in Whisper White Cardstock as well. You can see how that white make everything pop up. And this is Whisper White cardstock too. In this flamingo card, I also use Whisper White craft ink to stamp on soft sky cardstock. So you see the lips on the background are stamped with white craft ink. This card here has been stamped on shimmery white cardstock. And the biggest difference between these kind of papers is that Whisper White cardstock is not designed for watercoloring, while shimmery white cardstock could be used for watercoloring and for coloring. It doesn't peel off easily, it holds the water okay, and you get vibrant colors, just beautiful colors using this kind of paper. If you are planning to apply a lot of water, my recommendation is go and use watercolor paper, which has been designed for that end. To finish this, because I'm talking too much, the paper you use to stamp your cards, it will have a huge impact on the results. So this here is shimmery white cardstock, and I'm going to use a Ara Sun ink to stamp the angel. This ink is light, it's not going to bleed or spoil my work. If I use a darker ink, it will start bleeding when I apply water. Do not forget that this ink activates always when you use water. So try to use light inks to stamp your image and then watercolor, or if you want a strong line, you can use a Station or basic black archival ink. I'm going to stamp a sample with this water-based dark brown, which is early espresso, just to show you that you can do that as well, but you have to be very careful when you apply water to avoid bleeding. Now I'm going to clean this and I'm going to stamp a banner on cherry cobbler cardstock. This one here is a smoky slate cardstock, but I'm going to do something different in this one. And I'm going to rub my embossing body on this cardstock because I'm planning to stamp with clear Versamark and embossing powder. I'm just going to apply ink in that section of the stamp, and I stamp the banner like so, and then I'm going to apply the white embossing powder, and I'm going to heat this up. To avoid bending the paper with the heat, I would recommend to turn on your heat gun, leave it on for a while, and then apply heat on the paper so you get that embossing powder melted quickly and it won't affect your cardstock. I already stamped this banner here using Cooper embossing powder from Stampin' Up, which is very trendy and I love it for everything. So this one is the one I use here. And I'm going to trim this. Pay attention in the way I'm going to trim this because the only thing you need to know is that you don't need to cut the hands of the angel in those corners. In this one you will see the hand perfect. Do not cut that hand, please. I repeat. Okay, so now I have my two banners there. Now I'm going to trim the angel's wings. If the ink is still wet, you can use your Stampin' Up heat tool to dry it, and you can set this in 1 so you do not bend the balloon. And once it's completely dry, you can proceed and cut the wings. Do not cut over the white line of the image, but just next to it. You need to leave the whole image uh, on these wings, so you need to see the edges or the border of these wings. To cut the Stampin' Up vellum, all you need to do is keep your paper snips straight and guide the paper through the blades of the scissors like so, and you will have a bunch of angel wings in seconds. Now I'm going to apply color to the images, and I'm going to use aqua painters and ink pads and also watercolor based markers to do that. I'm going to use brushing bright ink for the skin and pool party for the dress. And all I do is squeeze the ink pad like so. And the ink in the lead is the one I'm going to use. I just simple mix it with the aqua painter water like that. And I just start adding color to my image. And I'm going to speed the camera here because when I'm watercoloring or doing this kind of stuff, it's very easy for me to lose the track of the time. So I don't want you to fall asleep there. As all I'm doing here is just using my aqua painters with ink pads to add soft washes of color. And if I want to add more vibrant or intense colors, I use my water-based markers. And I just keep blending everything. I'm just playing here, and the most I do, I think I spoil the most my work. I don't know if you agree with me, but sometimes less is more. And honestly, you know how much we love crafting and we just like to experiment with the materials and do this and that. But you don't need to put a lot of effort to do this. So I'm sure if you haven't tried watercolor, you are going to enjoy this as much as I do. I just apply the ink like so, and to add shadows, I use darker inks as well to add some lines in the image. This is early espresso ink, and believe it or not, I also like to apply real red ink to the hair. I recently got the idea that angels and fairies got red hair, and I'm not sure if because I'm living in a country where I have seen the most spectacular hair color, which is red. I think that's stunning, and well, it also adds a nice lighting to this image. Now just trim the edges like I'm doing here. You can cut that banner in that corner if you wish. We are going to cover that with the new banner. We just stamp it and emboss, and I'm just going to keep cutting this like so. I'm not going to trim the hand of the angel here. It's very important to keep that hand there. And then I'm going to do exactly the same. I just trim the whole angel silhouette like so. So here I have all the parts I need to make this project. In this opportunity, I'm going to make a tag, and I'm going to use a piece of watercolor paper that measures 2 inches by 5, and I'm going to apply a wash of ink. This is Pool Party ink, and I'm just applying the ink like so. And now I'm going to stamp the stars in the set with Bermuda Bay ink, just like that. And the reason because I cut this paper 2 inches width is because I'm going to use the scallop tag topper from Stampin' Up to create a tag, to give shape to this tag, just like that. And now I'm going to start assembling this angel. So I just trim the angel like that in half, and I cut the feet apart. So here is very important. I just make a gap or an indentation in the cardstock here in the edge of the hand. You can see there. I don't cut the hand. I just go all over the edge of that hand like so. Don't be afraid to make a deep snip there, because that part is going to be hid by the winds, so don't worry about that. And then you just need to place the new banner like I'm doing here. If you find that your banner is not properly in place, you just need to go ahead and make a deeper snip or a deeper cut there until that banner fits perfectly. Be careful in not cutting the hand, that's all. So you can proceed and paste the banner using Tombow glue or any strong adhesive. I just noticed that I didn't trim the wings in this corner, but I'm just going to do that straight away. Now I'm going to use a dimensional to add some dimension to the banner. I don't need the whole dimensional, just a little bit could be this corner here. And I'm going to paste this under the banner. Then I'm going to paste this directly on the tag using glue, like so. And to make the skirt, I'm going to use two wings, one in that direction and another one in that direction. I just pasting them with glue, and then I paste them on my project, like so. Don't worry if the feet of the angel are out of the paper. I think that's cool. So now I'm going to paste these feet here. just in the middle of those layers of vellum with glue as well. Can do this differently. I just like the way the feet looks in the middle of that skirt. One is just showing up here and the other one is underneath. And to finish, I'm going to paste the wings. To do that, I'm going to use this product. It's called Glossy Accents. And I'm going to make a close-up of this image here so you can see what I'm doing. You just need to apply a thicker layer or a line there of glossy accents and a couple of big dots of glossy accents. This is going to make the function of dimensionals, and when they dry, you cannot see them underneath the wings. Allow the glossy accents to dry and to get tacky. And while that happens, I'm going to use an embossing tool just to create a fun effect here in the wings. This is completely optional. Now, paste the vellum wing on top, but make sure that it's like in a 45 degrees from the cardstock. Do this gently so the wing gets a little bit of dimension. And I'm going to paste the other one in the same way. Just notice that I'm moving the vellum with my hand so the vellum gets stick in a diagonal or in that 45-degree angle to the cardstock, and we get a fun effect on that wing. I think my wings are a little bit flat in this image. It's just because I didn't allow the glossy accents to dry. It's fine though, and please know that every time you do this, it's going to look different. Do your best. It's fine any way you do it. There is not a right way to do this. And just apply a few extra drops of glossy accents on top just to give a little bit of extra. Then to embellish, I also decide that I want to add some flowers there. And to make those flowers, I use gold foil paper. This is from Stampin Up as well. I just need a tiny bit. And I'm going to punch two flowers using the 3 builder punch from Stampin Up. And I'm going to use an embossing tool just to give a little bit of shape to that flower. Then I paste the flowers using glue, and I embellish a little bit more using glossy accents and sparkling some glitter, like that. And to finish, I just round the corners of this stack using a corner punch. And I'm done. That's all I have to do to create this little angel. And I have another one here, and I'm going to show you in 1 minute how I made another card with this angel. I do exactly the same. I paste the wings with glossy accents, and I place the vellum wing in 45 degrees on that cardstock. I apply a lot of glossy accent here, a very thick layer of that material there, and if you see, I'm just trying to insert the wing in diagonal there. Then I'm going to grab an embossing folder. This is Holy Embossing Folder by Stampin' Up, just to create a nice background for this card and a very easy and simple background. And I'm going to put together this angel in the same way I just did before. Now I'm going to use the larger circle die in this pack of dies just to cut out a circle, and I'm going to use a stamp on the set to stamp it like so, just to add a layer of cardstock behind the angel. And to decorate and finish this card, I also thought that it would be nice to use burlap ribbon. So I'm going to paste a piece of this ribbon like so. Then I paste my angel there, and I'm going to use a white card base. So have added in the head of the angel a little red flower, and I'm going to add some drops of glossy accents.
Hey, hey. Stampin' Up worldwide.
And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, visit my blog for more ideas or inspiration, or to order Stampin' Up products anytime. Thank you very much for watching, and happy crafting. Bye!
Watch it grow, grow, grow. on living fast asleep, waiting for life to wake me when all of a sudden I